Hello everyone, it is me, Chaos Wolf, and today I am going to bring you a video on the top 5 superstars that I think are on both Raw and SmackDown, because ever since the brand split where Raw has finally just become Raw with its own superstars, its own championships, and SmackDown has done the same. Obviously they have their own superstars and championships. And I, for one, think this is a good idea. I love the fact that they've done the brand split. It means they can bring stuff like bragging rights back. They can have that 6-man or 8-man tournament. They used to have to decide which brand was better. And I think it will be really good for the company and give superstars that maybe didn't get the push they deserve because the brands were unified. They may get that push, and it might give their careers a bit of a head start, so to speak. So I'm doing my top 5 superstars for Raw first, and then I'm going to do a top 5 superstars for SmackDown. They're in no particular order, so let's get on with it, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, number 5 for Raw is Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate. I love this dude ever since he first came into it, when he demolished Jeff Hardy and forced him to surrender pretty much. He couldn't continue. Oh, it was quality, and he's a fucking monster, man. I mean, that F5 stout, and he just embodies, intimidation, and he doesn't care. He even says constantly in his promos he doesn't give a shit about anybody. He doesn't respect anybody. He doesn't want anything other than to trash the guy that he's going after on that day, and I think that's quality. He sets up fights so brilliantly. And now that he's on Raw, he's branded to Raw, as in he's stuck there. I hope he has a feud with some of the Raw superstars also in there. I want him to go after Rollins again, because that was really never resolved. I really, really want him to go against Finn Balor, just because that would be a really good test of his character, and a test of his ability and what he can actually do and what he can bring to the table. But Lesnar is a good promoter, and that is why I'm going to put him at number 5. For our number 4, I'm going to go with Mr. KO himself, and that is Kevin Owens, because I have loved Kevin Owens, just like Brock Lesnar, ever since he first came into it in NXT, when he completely destroyed Sami Zayn as well. He actually injured him, and even stated to Cena that he knew Sami Zayn was injured, and he didn't care, because, he enjoys hurting people and stuff. And he, again, embodies, intimidation and the lack of caring for his opponent or for respecting what they've done. He wants to solidify his mark on the company by any means necessary, and he did so by becoming the NXT champion. He even beat Cena in a one-on-one match without anything happening, no interferences, and he beat Cena fair and square. And if that doesn't earn him a spot on this list, I don't know what does. Alright, we're going on to number 3. Number 3 was a tricky one for me because I was juggling a lot of them around, but I think I've got to go with the man, Seth Rollins. And the reason why I chose Seth Rollins is because I know a lot of people are going to go, no, Chaos, what you're doing, he's a dick, I hate him. When he left and he got injured, that was the best thing that happened to the show and the company. But as much as whether you hate him and you wish death on him and whatever it is, or you really like the guy and you think he's class, and he gets you into it, he's like, yes, come on, let's see what goes on. You've got to respect his ability. I mean, every match he is in is exciting. The moves he can pull off, you wouldn't think he could do, man. And he just elevates everything he's in. And even if you hate him, you got to admire what he can do. And he is a good heel, because exactly what he does. You see him and you hate him, but you also want to see him in action. You want to see what he does. You want to see what he'll do the next week. Is he going to turn on somebody? What is he going to bring a weapon into the ring and stuff? He really is the unpredictable chip on Raw at the moment, and I think that is perfect for the brand. And I wish him the very best in his career. I really don't know who to bloody root for when it comes to Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. So I don't care who wins. They both deserve to be the first ever Universal Champion. So whoever wins, I'll be happy. So I'm good with that. Seth Rollins, the man, is at number 3. Number 2 I'm going for is Roman Reigns. Another one that a lot of people go, you fucking arsehole, what you doing? He is the most hated superstar ever on Raw. I don't see why personally. I mean, I thought he was class. He's got a spear that probably put Rhino to shame. But I liked him. I mean, I do think WWE pushed him a bit too far, a bit too quick, and maybe that's why he got so much hate. I don't think he should have won at WrestleMania, I will say that, but I still like him. I still think he's got a lot to bring to the table. You know, he is one of those respectable people that, like you said, you have. Well, like I said, you have to respect him. You know, he goes in, he does his job, and win or lose, he will respect you. Like, he lost to Finn Balor on Raw, and you know, he just said, "I respect him. I know he'll win against Seth Rollins, and when he does, I want to face him again." And that's all you expect from him. That is the core of it. Why I like it. He's just in your face. He's there to do a job. He does the job, and he goes home. That is perfect. You know, there is no need for the talking. Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then this is going to happen, and that's going to happen, and that's going to happen. You're like, no, I'm going to kick your ass, or I'm going to lose. But either way, someone's getting their ass kicked, which is what I liked about the Four Horsemen too. So that's good. And finally, number one, you lot have probably already know who it is, because I've just been rambling and hinting it in there through all my other ones on the list, and that is Finn Balor. I think him on Raw is the perfect situation, because it will give him the push he needs, and he needs it because he is one of the best superstars I have ever seen on NXT. And when they made the jump to Raw, I thought, yes, because now they can utilize his skills and get him into a United States Championship match, or perhaps go into a Universal Championship match, which is what he's doing against Seth Rollins. And I love his promos. I mean, I saw the promo when he was talking to Seth Rollins about the different demons and banshees and the Demon King known as Balor, and he was just like, "Oh, what you call arrogance, I call confidence," and it shows his ability. He can perform even out the ring. Sorry, I mean, you can set up great promos, just like us talked about with Lesnar, and he's basically got it all. He's kind of like the new John Cena, but I'm not going to say he's the next John Cena. I'm just going to say he's the first Finn Balor, and I hope his career goes well. I hope he gets to the championship at SummerSlam, but if he doesn't, I won't be too disappointed, because I think Seth Rollins should as well, as I said before. But it will be a phenomenal match. So they are my top 5 superstars that have moved to Raw from the draft split, and now we're going to get onto my top 5 superstars from SmackDown. Number 5 is going to be the phenomenal AJ Styles, because as much as I want to hate him, I can't. I literally can't. I love everything he does, man. He just embodies being awesome. He is phenomenal. I mean, I loved him in TNA, and when he came to WWE and he was being ordinary, he wanted to fight Jericho, and he beat Jericho. I was like, oh, this is class. We need matches like this. And then when he turned on Cena, I was like, oh, that's a dick move, man. But I never saw it coming, and you don't suspect it of AJ Styles. And then he formed the Beatdown Crew, or the Club, I think it was, and with Luke Gallows and Anderson. And I just thought, man, his character just changed so much in such a short amount of time, but it was actually good. And I can't wait to see what he does against Cena in SummerSlam. And I hope it carries on past SummerSlam, to be fair. I hope that it continues for a little bit longer, and maybe they can just one-up each other for a bit and see how it goes from there. But yeah, the phenomenal AJ Styles is at number 5 for me. And we're going to get on to number 4. And number 4 for me has got to be Randy Orton. Randy Orton came back with a bang, going after the big beast himself, which is Brock Lesnar. He's going to be fighting him at SummerSlam. I personally think Lesnar will win. I don't see Orton winning, just because Cena never won against him. Triple H only won against him once or twice. It took, even when Cena and Rollins, they fought him in a triple threat, and they still couldn't take the title off him. So I don't see Orton winning this match, but it will be a good match, I suppose. You know, it might be entertaining for a bit, unless they just have Lesnar muller him and just beat him anyway. But I like Orton at SmackDown. I think he was class there. I mean, he RKO'd the shit out of Lesnar on Raw, though. I'm just going to add that in. But I liked Orton ever since he first came into it. I remember when he won the World Heavyweight Championship from Chris Benoit the first time, man. It was class. And he should get the WWE World Heavyweight Championship back, because it just solidifies his career, so to speak. I mean, people sometimes forget everything Orton's done, you know, that he's had just as a long career as Cena nearly. And, you know, that RKO is stout. It comes out of nowhere, man. And every match he's in, you know that RKO is coming. It's a sure thing, man. And who doesn't love Orton? Come on. Who's going to say they don't love Orton? There you go. All right, we're going to get on to number 3. And number 3 is John Cena. Now, John Cena, I was shocked at, I'm going to be honest. I was like, he's been a part of Raw for like 7 years, and they moved him to SmackDown, and I thought, what's going on? because I knew he was already, time consumed with other things and he weren't going to be around as much as he was. So I didn't see the point of why they drafted him to SmackDown. But then when they put AJ Styles on there as well, and I thought, oh, that makes more sense because they're going to just basically make that the rivalry of the show for a little bit. So I do understand why they put Cena on there, but Cena is my all-time favourite superstar. I've loved him since he first came into when he was not hustle, all to respect, when he was all chain gang and word life, and I don't care, man. I will F you to the ground and you can't see me, shit, man. I love that, and I would, if he went back to that, I wouldn't care. I would still gladly say he's my favourite superstar of all time. So number 3, John Cena. Right, number 2. Now I was hesitant to put this on because I wasn't sure. Exactly, I'm going to have to look back and check it. But for number 2 for now is Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is, without a doubt, my new favourite diva in the Divas division. It was Paige originally, but now it's Becky Lynch. I love this girl. She is quality. She takes no crap. She's in your face. She will rip your arm off and take it home with her. This armor is awesome. It's so simple, but it looks like it would hurt like a bitch. I mean, she just sits on your shoulder and pulls your arm up. Okay, so you don't tap that arm's coming out of your socket, and she will take it home with her, as I just said. I love the feud she had with Charlotte and that other one she's been hanging around with. Was it Dana? I think her name was. I think that should still go on for a bit. I think if I had my way, I would say triple threat match: Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and had my way again, Becky Lynch would win that. But we'll see what WWE do with Becky Lynch now that she's potentially on SmackDown, because like I said, I wasn't too sure. But for now, Becky Lynch will be my number 2 superstar / diva, whatever, for SmackDown. And we're going to get on to number 1, which is the lunatic fringe himself, Dean Ambrose. What a fucking selection for SmackDown. You go Shane O'Mac and Daniel Bryan, because you just picked the most awesome person to have on SmackDown, man. The unhinged WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, like I said, I know I said it before, who doesn't love Dean Ambrose? I mean, he does what he wants, when he wants, how he wants, and if you tell him no, he's going to punch you in the face, or he's going to get his brass knuckles, like his mom said, and say, don't let this happen again, and he's going to smash your teeth in. And couldn't have a better champion than that. He don't give a shit. He even told Lesnar that his F5 don't hurt, and he wanted him to do it again. I mean, this dude has got a set of nuts. I'm not joking, man. He is no fear, all go, all the time, and it's quality. He is such a good entertainer, and he's such a good champion that you, even though sometimes even if you hate me, you want him to lose, you kind of still want to see how he develops as champion, and then, maybe I don't know if he's heel or face. He's kind of in the middle at the moment, but some matches, even if I think, I want the other guy to win, I'm sort of like, nah, but technically, I kind of want Dean Ambrose to win too, because I don't want him to not be champion. I'm like, damn it, I'm conflicted. But yeah, number 1 for me is Dean Ambrose, and I hope his career continues to fly on SmackDown. I hope his reign lasts for a little bit longer than it does. I don't think Ziggler should win the title whatsoever. He is undeserving of it. He's done nothing to deserve it recently, so I don't think that should happen. Dean Ambrose should kick his ass. He should dirty deeds his head right into the mat, pin him for the 1, 2, 3, and walk home with that WWE World Heavyweight title. Thank you for listening, guys. That is my top 5 superstars for Raw and SmackDown since the draft split, and I will see you guys later. All right, goodbye.